Carolina Congressman James Clyburn joins us. He serves as the Assistant Democratic Leader in the House of Representatives. Welcome, sir.
Assistant Leader Clyburn, you are not with us today because you were with the Vice President yesterday at that rally that she held in Orangeburg, South Carolina. I was particularly struck by your comments. You told a story that painted the picture that one vote has the ability to change history. You talked about the one vote that put President Hayes in office, and that it was President Hayes that enacted Jim Crow. People say you're a kingmaker, sir. They talk about how you just came down from the heavens in 2020, and that's how Joe Biden won South Carolina. I was there. I think you were very, very, very critical, and so was the infrastructure and investment. Talk to us about your thoughts on this primary today and the broader landscape as it relates to black voters in 2024, because there are people out there, as you just heard in our prior segment, that are kind of soft on their support for the Biden reelection, and there are folks who believe that does my vote really matter?
Well, thank you very much for having me. Well, every single vote really does matter, and that's one of the things I tried to say on yesterday. We were at my alma mater, South Carolina State University, and I want to impress upon all the students there that this talk about not voting should not be undertaken. We have to participate in every election, irrespective of whether or not you see anything immediately for you. And I said to them on yesterday, think about the future. Many of you are going to be leaving this campus in a few months, and you're going to be looking for a future for yourselves, for your families, and for communities that you go to live in. Which candidate offers you the best opportunity for your future? And I took student loan debt that you mentioned earlier. Yes, Joe Biden has forgiven $137 billion in student loan debt. But I impressed upon them on yesterday that going forward for the next 4 years under Joe Biden, another 75,000 students will become eligible for that debt relief every 2 months for the next 4 years. Do you want the person to be in charge who created that, or the person who's already told you he's against that? So that's what I was trying to get them to see, that there is a relationship between their voting and their futures. And I'd use what happened back in 1876 when we had that election that was thrown into the House of Representatives, and Samuel Tilden from New York came up one vote short in the Electoral College, and that allowed the election to go into the House of Representatives. And the House selected a 15-person committee, and that committee voted 8-7, not to give the election to Tilden, but to give it to Rutherford B. Hayes, because Hayes made a commitment to end Reconstruction. So the end of Reconstruction came about by one vote. That started Jim Crow for over 100 years. And so when people tell me this has never been a racist country, I tell them to go back and look at what happened, starting with the Dred Scott decision back in 1856, all the way down to 1954. It was not until Brown v. Board of Education that this country started to bring itself out of that racism. I might give Truman some credit back in 1948 when he integrated the armed services, but starting right around that time is when we got rid of racism in this country. So I wanted to say to those students on yesterday, there is a direct relationship between your participation in this process and the results that come out on the other end.
Given, Congressman, that you just referenced folks who don't think the United States was ever a racist country, let's pull up this poll from South Carolina, Nikki Haley versus Donald Trump. This was released on February 1st. You have Donald Trump polling at 58%, Nikki Haley polling at 32% in the state.
Yeah, it's a little bit tight there in South Carolina for Nikki Haley, wouldn't you say there, Congressman? Just a little bit tight in her backyard. I want to shift, though, a little bit to some important work that you are enmeshed in back here in Washington. You had Senator Chris Murphy on the border deal that everyone's talking about and trying to get done. Note in a tweet, Republicans said the border is a priority and we should craft a bipartisan bill to help control the border. We did that. We have a deal. This weekend, we will release the bill and vote next week. It's decision time. It is decision time, Congressman, and you working with Hakeem Jeffries and other Democratic leaders in the Senate and with Republicans in the Senate are very much behind the White House effort to get this bill done. You've got Republicans in the form of the Speaker saying no. Do you see any realistic chance of this border deal getting through this House in any form or fashion?
Yes, I do. I do believe that if the Senate were to come with a very strong bipartisan vote, as you said, the Senate, the Republican that's been doing the work on this is from Oklahoma, is a very, very conservative Republican. I worked with him when he was in the House, and he's a decent guy to work with. And so I am pleased with the work being done by Senator Murphy from Connecticut and Senator Lankford. I would hope they would bring that bill forward with a bipartisan vote and send it over to the House. And I do believe there are enough Republicans on the side to vote for this bill and make it law. Now, the Speaker may not want to put it on the floor, but that's why we have discharge petitions at our behest, and we will pursue that to get it to the floor. And I think if it gets to the floor, it will pass. So I call on the Senate, please keep doing what you're doing, send the bill over, and then let's see what happens in the House. And I want to congratulate Hakeem Jeffries and Senator Murphy, as well as the Republicans on the Senate side for getting to this point.
Take the win.
Take the win. Congressman James Clyburn, South Carolina, the assistant Democratic leader. Thank you, sir. We'll be watching. Send us anything you got over the day of what's happening in that primary.